Oh, snap. Hey, welcome to the Rehash. I'm your host, Tookie Kavanaugh. It's Friday night. We're here together. We're getting cozy. I'm in a fuzzy fleece. It's very appropriate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're all here. I'm here with my co host, David. David!
Yeah,
David!
yeah. Hey, what's
Hi.
up? Hi. Oh, yeah. Okay. I buttoned the top button. It was a choice, and I don't think it's going to work out. So
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. It is Friday. We might be litty too titty, but that's still, yeah. We're still. Hi, Rachel.
Hi,
Yeah.
Rachel.
Hi. If you're tuning in the chat, come chat with us. It's a time we kiki, we laugh, we are terrified by my very long fingers. So
Yeah. Which one of us has longer fingers?
it's me. I
Okay,
have
it's
tentacles.
you.
It's fine. I'm out. I'm out now. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. It's fine. So up top, story time. So
Yeah.
for those in the audience who might not be aware, whose first time it is tuning into our little shell here, David and I go way back.
We do.
We met doing stand up, and we've toured a couple cities. We've traded a bunch of stories, but not every story.
Yes, we know each other well, but we don't know everything about each other, even though we've known each other for about 40 years.
Yes.
We're both 66.
Carson McMahon could never.
Right. But yeah, so before moving to in college, I was very cool, and I played a lot of fighting games, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, that kind of thing. And me and my friends, we would go to tournaments. So before I was traveling for comedy, I don't know why the quotes are there, but yes, cool indeed.
David's totally not a narc.
I'm not. If there's one thing, but we traveled up to Philadelphia to do this one tournament, and I don't want to brag, but that was pretty good.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 9,
Okay.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, not half bad. And I won. Well, I did like this first round. I won the first round. I made it sound like I won the whole thing. No, but I won the first round against this guy. And basically the whole thing, like the way these tournaments are set up, like they pretty much pack out like every event room in a hotel. And like it's always amazing because I know, just stick around. And it's always amazing because the hotel staff are so clearly like, who the fuck are these nerds? And why does everyone smell bad? That is absolutely true. The everyone smelled like shit at these things.
I've been to what's the thing? The thing in Boston that's Comic-Con, but not Comic-Con.
PAX?
No, not PAX. It's the other one.
I don't know.
The other one, but there's more furries.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I mean, go ahead.
Anime Boston.
Anime Boston. I have not been to Anime Boston.
The minute I said there's more furries, everyone immediately knew.
I mean, I will say there's probably a reason why everyone at this tournament smells like shit, because like they just pack these event rooms full of TVs and Xboxes, and there's just like hundreds of people packed in. So you're sweating and like it's gross. But like you're packed in, you basically huddled next to your opponent at this TV. You play, whatever. I beat this guy. My Raiden was amazing.
First off, I just want to say I can't believe we lived like this pre-Rona, because that sounds foul.
Right. It's crazy to imagine that is something we did.
If there's one thing I can thank the pandemic for, it's the fact that male comedians wash their hands.
Some. I would not be surprised if the COVID patient zero came from a Mortal Kombat tournament.
Props.
But either way, I beat this guy, and typical show. What's the word? Sportsmanship.
Yeah.
We shake hands.
David, I'm the ESL one here.
You are, sorry. I should know all this. And we shake hands, and he pulls me in. He does that, like pulls me in and like whispers into my ear, "I'm gonna skull fuck you."
Oh, that's so romantic.
Isn't it? So the rest of the time at the hotel, me and my friends, we got dinner at the hotel restaurant, and I saw him at a table near us, and I looked over because I was terrified of this dude, and he literally looked at me and was like, and I was really on edge for the rest of the trip.
I'm sorry. I actually know someone who did the thing.
Skull
when I was-
fucking?
Yeah, okay, because when I was still living at my parents' house, we lived next to a triple decker house, and on the third floor were like these like broy like the ultimate frat bros,
Uh-huh.
and they would throw ragers like weekly, and
Sure.
there was this one time when one of them because they would tell each other stories of hookups on their front porch after, and I would hear it.
Okay, so this is how you're hearing it. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm on the second floor, and I could clearly hear it.
Right.
And one was telling the other two about his night with a woman with a glass eye. So
Oh, okay.
I made it weird. This is what we do on the Rehash.
If we could go one show without talking about skull fucking, clearly we violate HR so much.
Look at the producer stressed out. I'm sorry. We're gonna have a meeting with HR. This is Matt. The Rehash. It's kooky. It's informative. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, see, there he is. Cancellation is on his mind right now.
Anywho, so yeah, so you lived in fear the entire time.
Yeah. To answer Boof Wellington, he never skull fucked me, but I live with the knowledge that I'll probably see him again.
The F word quota.
Sorry, already. God, we're 7 minutes in. Okay. We did not skull bone. So
thank you.
Don't worry.
Well, a skull is a bone.
Yeah. Nice.
There's a quota. There is a quota, Kaylee. Yes.
Yeah. We can just, yeah. I mean, point is we're good, and I hope he's okay too. But I do wonder where he is now.
Production's like, there is no HR, only Zool. If you are joining us live, please talk to us in the chat. We are here.
Skull Shack.
We're gossiping. We're having fun. Oh no. See, this is what happens when we follow 69 Minutes with me. Also a fun show. Definitely check it out.
It's our pleasure.
Shall we get into our BFOTW?
Yeah, our Befatwa?
We can't say fatwa.
Why not? Okay, you're right. Sorry.
Damn. All right. Let's get into our bad film of the week, shall we?
Please.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, and agender, any gender, no gender, we love you all. How am I supposed to explain the gender binary to future gender? I don't know. I'm just going to have a crocodile and a duck, and that's it. Anyway,
figure it out.
That's the gender binary.
Yep.
So anyway, no, David is not allowed to issue a fatwa. We are not in the business of on Salman Rushdie, yes, that's different. Right. But we are not in the business of alienating valued communities here on Earth.
I do not have any authority here.
Anywho, so our bad film of the week this week. Did you all do your homework? Did you tune in? It's on Amazon Prime. Loquisha Prime Video. If you haven't already, watch it now. It's a time. It's a time. I think my favorite reflection of the film, because I made my partner watch it, and it was interesting to get his perspective on it, because I have my feelings, right? But for those of you who don't know, my partner is a white man. We're a swirl couple, as the kids call it, and there is a little bit of swirling happening in this movie as well. But his sentiments are, it's a very thought-provoking film, in that all the thoughts are about how bad it is.
Well, okay, yeah. I don't.
David, you're sweating.
I am sweating, and my lower body is shaking.
I'm sorry.
And that's okay. I watched it today, and I put it off as long as I can, as long as I could. But I have a commitment to this show and to you. And where Homie Spumoni was laughably bad, Loquisha is angrily bad. Loquisha is the open mic of movies.
Oof. Oh. Ooh. felt
it is so like, I cannot believe like 5 minutes into this movie, some producer was like, wait, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
yes, it's true. Written, directed, and starring by, I mean, this white man was trying to be white Tyler Perry, right? But
yes.
instead of, you know, Tyler Perry presents Tyler Perry in Tyler Perry's I'm a sad black woman who only knows hardship and struggle, a Medea St. Patrick's Day. This guy this guy was like, no, I'm putting in a woke message, but with a black scent.
It is so. Wait, can we watch like the trailer? Do we have time for that?
Let's watch the trailer.
Okay.
You please.
You always seem to say the right thing to just the right person. What's your secret?
I'm really just talking to myself. I don't charge for
Astonishing, yeah.
Well, you should, because it was amazing. I saw this and I thought of you. You will be a hit in no time.
Welcome to the Joe Show. I submitted myself to a radio station for my own show.
Well, congratulations.
They rejected me.
Well, congratulations then.
You weren't right for your own show?
Jason skipped it. We need to get the money for this school.
$13,000 a semester? That's who needs their own show. If I was a black woman, I'd be perfect. She's brilliant. I know. We're gonna be the biggest thing in radio, but I still need my anonymity.
You nervous? It's not a crime. It's theater.
You live with Loquisha. What's your problem?
Hi, Loquisha. It's free.
Oh, I ain't talking to you, not the way you sound. Next call.
His fucking face.
Good to her. Good to yourself. You can be good to others. Don't be too good because the police will come around.
Where did you get this?
I got another job.
Doing what?
Consulting work. What the hell would you know about?
Oh no! Oh yes.
I know quite a bit.
Oh right, that call.
Loquisha is a real role model for every African American woman on this planet. Like the whole city has a Quisha mania.
I am Loquisha, officer.
What was that?
I think I might be a black woman trapped in a white man's body.
There it is.
Just because she's a woman and a black person doesn't mean that she was born.
Is this really happening?
I'm on a bridge above the river, and I'm going to jump.
But thanks for calling. Enjoy your jump.
I gotta start listening to her.
Yep. That is Loquisha, folks. That is Loquisha. And the moral of the story is it doesn't matter your race or gender. You should just be yourself, and that way you'll succeed. Unless you are a white man in 2020 or 2019 when this was released, where suddenly, you know, they're oppressed.
Wait, that happened in 2019. This happened in 2019?
Yeah, this movie was made and distributed last year.
Oh my god. It's so like have you ever seen Employee of the Month?
Yeah, way back.
It's this fucking Dane Cook movie, and it's one of those things where like the main guy is just so fucking infinitely charming and smart, and like the entire movie goes on and like he doesn't learn a fucking thing. He never has any flaws. Like you can just imagine the guy who wrote and starred in this just writing the script and like, how can I look fucking cool now?
Yeah. There are a lot of points in the film that are very masturbatory, to say the least, because like, you know, people are telling him, oh my gosh, but your advice is so brilliant. You're so genius. I think some of my favorite absurd moments in the film are when Loquisha, because, you know,
right.
She's a fictitious black woman. David, do I sound like that, by the way?
You don't sound like Loquisha. I don't think anyone sounds like Loquisha.
No black woman especially sounds like that.
No, Loquisha sounds like a soundboard made by a racist. I don't know.
Honestly, yeah, it it does sound like a speak and spell, or like one of those, what is that? The speak and spin?
Oh,
but you give it to Breitbart readers. That's what her voice sounds like.
Right.
So I think one of my favorite bits of absurdity in this movie is when the radio show itself starts taking off, and Loquisha receives a personal email from Oprah, signed "Sincerely Oprah."
Yeah. Right.
Because Oprah writes her own emails wanting to give people TV shows. That's totally how it works. That's totally if you watch Iyanla Fix My Life on OWN Network, it's totally how it works.
It's not even like the signature. It's just type Oprah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was my other thing? It was
We
like,
don't know where he got the money from, by the way.
oh yeah, he's like Tommy Wiseau. Like I don't know how the fuck he made this.
And we never really saw him again.
Yeah, I've never. He looked like Norm Macdonald's like slightly more attractive but way less funny like brother.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, oh my.
Fun thing. Yes. I am staying for that sequel.
Sincerely, Oprah.
Sincerely, Oprah. I would love to see it. Fun fact, though, not to put anybody on blast, but someone in that film is a former comic in residence.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it Joe?
No. Fuck.
Okay.
Rick knows talent.
Was it the producer?
Yes.
Oh my God. Who entirely, there are so many, like that guy, that producer, there's a guy who is like his radio producer / DJ, whatever, who is black. And you know, his whole thing, like when the guy was writing the script, to be like, oh, I have a black friend who's telling me that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The whole fucking time. And then the woman who is the face of Loquisha becomes the villain.
Yeah.
She's pretty much the villain.
She becomes the villain.
It's so insane. His wife is just like, give me money the whole time. His son, I want to fucking bully his son. I don't know why. His son needs a wedgie so fucking bad.
He didn't even look like either of the parents.
No, the big revelation of the movie is him telling a story about a fucking tuna sandwich, and the guy's like, maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Like,
yeah, and he develops on Rotten Tomatoes 0%, deservedly so.
Absolutely.
Deservedly so. He has a love interest in the film as well, who's a black woman. As I alluded to earlier, there is some swirling happening in this film. I'm the product of a swirl. Don't laugh at that. So anyway, yeah. Follow and subscribe to support David losing his mind. Our comment of the week last week was from our very own Rachel Jane Animan, who said, David Thomas looks like if a haunted house is a guy. So please, in the chat, tell us what David Thomas is going to look like by the end of this next film that we watch next week.
If you put my face on this show like right next to each other over the course of the next few months, it's going to be like when the guy saw the Ark of the Covenant and his face just melted.
Oh my God. Okay. So back to the love interest of sorts. I mean,
right.
They have her come in and just play. I don't know what to think of it. At least she's not a trope. Like, yes, it is exactly like when someone's been president. It's like she wasn't the archetypical black woman hood sassy ghetto trope, right?
Right.
But she was very much a woman trope in that came into the bar and her first line as she sits down is just men.
All about her boyfriend. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Failed the Bechdel test. So anyway, immediate fail.
Oh yeah.
So it eventually comes to light that they're sort of developing a friendship. She encourages him to apply to this radio show because he gave her such magical advice at the bar. I mean, but he called her an idiot at first, which like
he's the fucking douchebag the whole movie.
Ultimate neg.
Right. Wow.
Ultimate neg. For those of you who had the misfortune of ever watching the Pickup Artist on MTV.
Yeah.
Which was don't do that.
Mystery.
Respect yourself. But then, they never actually show us a build up to their relationship throughout the movie. And it just, at the end, it's just like they're talking. He reveals himself to be Loquisha and she's angry, but then he talks her into forgiving him.
Yes.
Like, yeah, well, I don't know. It's just because you love me. Yeah, I was going to say that. Like, where did that come from?
They had like 3 conversations the whole movie.
Yeah.
And you're totally right. At the end, she shows up and it's like, hey, it's pretty fucked up. You pretended to be a black woman and were a huge racist the whole movie. And he's like, well, here's actually why I'm a great guy. She's like, you're right. Kiss me. I wanted to smash my TV. I was so.
Yeah. This is. I mean, okay, an interesting premise, right? But it's very much, I think, a white guy. Like only a white guy could have conceived this idea, to think like, well, if I'm a minority woman, I can succeed. Like,
right.
I mean, you want my work history where like none of the jobs that I've had, despite my skill set, have offered me benefits or a salary. I mean, do you want this? You want this?
I see a world in which some writer and director and some combination of team talented people come together and like, we have this premise, and it's like, I see a world in which this premise could work somehow. But the entire thing just being this masturbatory, I'm a white guy who's a fucking genius, I'm gonna bridge the race gap now. At one point he's like, it never was about gender or gap. There's also super transphobic movie. Oh,
there are some references here.
Like 4 times they're like, are you transgender? And it's supposed to be played for a laugh. And I'm like, what is happening?
So yes, digital blackface, it is a thing. If you go back on our YouTube, hey Kit, if you go back on our YouTube and catch our first episode of the Rehash, check out our deep dive where I go into that. It's a whole thing. So digital blackface, it is sort of that, because the voice that he's doing is borderline, I mean, albeit minstrelsy. It's a minstrelly voice, because no black woman sounds like. And then, but when he encounters like the police officer, for example, and he starts flipping back and forth into this, he has this like pseudo Jim Carrey and liar supernatural moment where suddenly LaQuisha possesses him, right? When he gets into the voice, the officer, who's a black guy, is like, that's a spot on impression. I'm like, you can't tell that's the same dude. It's very much Muppet movie, like when no one could tell evil Kermit from regular Kermit because he had a mole, despite the glaring like Eastern European accent. It's crazy.
And this black police officer could not be more impressed by this guy. Like, he just starts doing this horrible voice, and he's like, that's a great impression. You're driving drunk, but who cares? Go on home, sir.
He lets him off with a warning. The privilege leaped out.
Right.
But yeah, if it were better executed, I could be a little bit more on board with the premise. But as someone whose entire life is shaped by both race and gender, it was very much a, what are you doing? Right. Because in a perfect world, my race or gender would not matter. We'd have an equal playing field, but it's not. And it's like, he's not helping the cause in that matter.
No,
it's not really helping to highlight that or tell a better, like the story of overcoming race and gender is just not well executed with this film and his writing, as much as he wants to stroke himself in the script and call himself genius.
Right. He gets off scot-free. No punishment at all. And his black girlfriend's like, I love you. And like, because
at the end of the film, the radio station gives the audience the option to cancel, like literally cancel him. They get to vote to cancel him. In the most, like, they can cancel him, and only 20% voted to cancel him.
20% voted to cancel him. 40% said keep LaQuisha. 40% said make it the Joe Show, which means 10 people voted. That's exactly what happened.
Kit Tempest just hit some truth. Some truth. Very much. It's a lot of that same thing where people. Nowadays you hear phrases like spill the tea and sis, and it's like, oh well, that's just meme speak. No, we've been saying this for years to each other, and then other people pick it up and like it's no longer cool. So
you're telling me LaQuisha is not cool? Are you telling me?
You were definitely cooler in college than LaQuisha is.
That's great. Well,
That's
yeah.
our bad film of the week for this week. Are you ready for our next week's bad film? Are you excited? This you can watch for free on YouTube. It's a bit of a tone shift. It is a oh boy, Biff Wellington.
Yeah.
Some words. But yes, next week, bad film of the week is a tone shift because it is a gritty sci-fi dystopian thriller starring Whoopi Goldberg and an animatronic dinosaur. Theodore Rex, everybody, free on YouTube. Definitely watch. It gives you a lot of Super Mario Brothers movie energy. It's beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Super Mario. That's great.
Yes.
What great news.
It is a great film. I believe we have a review from Amazon because the DVD is also available on Amazon for $10. Matt,
in case you want a hard copy.
If you could pull up the photo of the review. Yes. Review of Theodore Rex. This helped me feel again. 5 stars. So
Feel what?
You'll have to watch and see.
We talked about this, and I was like, "There's going to be a lot of Whoopi Goldberg in these movies, aren't there?"
Listen, she made some choices in the 90s, but I respect. Listen, there's a whole story behind this film because she initially signed on to do the film, but it was sort of a ploy to leverage better roles and more money in other films. But she had verbally committed to the film, and then tried to back out, but the studio sued her. So she negotiated for more money to be in the film, and she is absolutely phoning it in. But she got that $7 million.
$7 million?
Secure the bag, Whoopi. I support Whoopi securing that bag.
Say no more. I'm in.
Theodore Rex, the most expensive straight-to-DVD movie of its time. Please do yourself a favor and watch it, and then come join us in the discussion for next week's Beef-Ot W, the bad film of the week.
Please make me feel less alone. I need this. Please.
And there's so much fun trivia about this film, honestly. Like, you could find yourself in wormholes for days about it. It's so good. It's so good.
I have heard of it. It's the first time you've said a movie that I've heard of, and I'm not going to say I'm excited, but I'm not filled with overwhelming dread so much as curiosity.
Yeah, it's get a Jiffy Pop and pop it over the stove, 90s style. This is very much an only 90s kids kind of film.
Drink some Tang.
Maybe get some Surge on the black market.
Wear Jenkos.
The let them pool at the bottom.
I mean that bodes well, but she made choices in the 90s.
But you know what? Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. We got to respect Whoopi getting that $7 million. So
absolutely.
In a few, we will have our guest for the week, which I'm so excited for. But in the meantime, enjoy a little music from the house band. Lover's Lounge, everybody. Lover's Lounge taking over for the 99 and the 2000. Girl, you look good, won't you back that ass up? You's a fine mother, father, won't you back that ass up? Call me Big Daddy when you back that ass up. Oh, who's you playing with? Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Girl, you look good, won't you back that ass up? You's a fine mother, father, won't you back that ass up? Call me Big Daddy when you back that ass up. Oh, who is he playing with? Back that ass up. After you back it up, then stop and drop, 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 drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop, 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 drop it like it's hot. Won't you back that ass up? Oh, won't you back that ass up?
looks good, won't you back that ass up?
One more time for Lovers Lounge. Yeah.
Keep it going.
How's Stan?
So can't believe we got him.
You know what? Honestly, it is the greatest blessing the pandemic could have given us, because they had to cancel their 52 country world tour, and we got him here.
Really getting Lovers Lounge on discount here, and it's our blessing indeed.
Indeed. All right, are you excited? Get excited, audience. Our guest for the evening is here. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to the one and only Alexa Albanese.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh. Long time no see. So glad to have you here.
I'm so excited to see you. I'm going to be thinking about Lovers Lounge for the rest of my life.
Oh,
I can't express how much. What was the Amazon review for the next movie? It made me feel again. Yeah, that's how I feel about. Yeah, it made me feel.
Yeah.
I mean, they do some amazing covers. If you check out previous episodes, and this goes for everybody in the chat. I think they're going to drop an album at the end of the year. So definitely.
Yeah. Hotly anticipated. Billboard Top 100.
Yeah. I will relay your warm regards to the band.
Please do.
All right. So let's get into it. Introduce yourself for those of you who in the audience who don't already know Alexa. Tell us a little about yourself, and then we'll get into the game.
I can't wait. Hi, everybody. I'm Alexa Albanese, and I am a comedian who is lucky enough to meet Tookie through Suzy, a fantastic Boston-based sketch group. I now have my own sketch comedy meets late night talk show, Alexa Play Something Funny, based on Bezos ruining my life, basically. But we have a special coming out. It's the second installment of a virtual special. October 22nd at 8:00. We have some incredible comics. We have Emmy Service doing a character that I want to say we came up with the auntie bit before Fallon, just PSA, but we did. Emmy Service plays the amazing Aunt Lorraine. We have Matt Shore, who is kind of my version of the house band. He is incredible. He's an incredible musical comedian. We have Jeffrey and Peter Jean Paul, the Jean Paul Bros, and we have my girlfriend. My girlfriend is a guest too. So there's really going to be something for everyone.
Yay. Definitely take a moment to check that out when you can. October 22nd, 8 p.m. What platforms?
So if you like Alexa Play Something Funny on Facebook, it'll pop right up on your Facebook page. The event's right there, and it's also going to be on YouTube. So there's plenty of links that I'll be blasting on social media.
Hooray! Yeah. Yay! So glad you could join us.
I also want to say we reviewed Loquisha before Fallon too.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I believe it. No, right. Yeah. We got to stamp that.
Fallon's pilfering all of us. So.
Oh yeah, when I read the Wikipedia page for LaQuisha, I totally pulled a college girl here. The only thing I needed before I cemented in my brain that I didn't have the capacity to watch it yet is there's an entire Wikipedia category just called controversy. I was like, okay, I understand.
Yes.
I can see why from the everything about it, as John Mulaney would say.
Some cinematic gems on this show.
Wow.
I'm going to murder that man.
I love it. All right. So we ready to get into a little bit of what's your deal? Alexa, tell us what your deal is. So, David, you want to start off or?
Certainly. So, as Tookie said, our theme is chain restaurants, Alexa, and I want to ask you a question here. It's multiple choice, and I want to hear, your answer and why. What's the most overrated appetizer? A. Olive Garden's breadsticks. B. TGI Fridays jalapeno poppers. C. Applebee's mozzarella sticks. Or D. Chili's chips and guacamole. Most overrated.
Where do I begin? What do I do with that? Okay. here's the problem. I am also with the producers here that Mott sticks are the most overrated, but they're not going to win my vote. They're not going to win my vote entirely because $1 drinks makes everything a blur. And the bit that I told you about that my girlfriend's gonna star in for the virtual special is she is from Italy, and she must really love me because she actually tried Olive Garden for the first time on the show. And she tried the breadsticks. She happened to say, this is the one spoiler that we'll get, that of anything, they were the most fine. But I still have to say, just based on, you know, how fortunate we are to live in the, like, around the North End, that I would go with the Olive Garden breadsticks to be the most overrated. Yes.
Oh my. Well, as someone who's been mistaken for Italian by 6 separate Uber drivers, please, please tell Valentina I said buongiorno.
I will absolutely do that. The most fine, best Yelp review.
All right. So back by popular demand from last week, because part of last week's What's Your Deal is tell me if it's a cat from Cats or a sex thing. This week, Alexa, tell me, is the thing I'm going to name a cat from Cats, the musical?
I get to play.
Or
an
item from the Cheesecake Factory menu.
I'm so excited!
All right. First up, Bombalurina.
Okay.
Cat from Cats or a Cheesecake Factory item?
That's a cat.
Correct. Second, Grisabella. Cat or Cheesecake Factory item?
That is the cat.
That is the cat. That is
the cat.
The cat. Next up, a Glamburger. Cat from Cats or a Cheesecake Factory item?
I want it to be both, but I have to say Cheesecake Factory.
Correct. All right. A Rumple Teaser. Cat from Cat or a Cheesecake Factory item?
I was also a cat.
Correct. Next.
Oh my God. I shouldn't be this good.
Asparagus.
It's worse. It's worse that I'm good at this.
Asparagus. Right? A Cat from Cat or a Cheesecake Factory item?
Did you just say the word asparagus?
Asparagus. A Cat from Cat or a Cheesecake Factory item?
I know I'm overthinking this. It's a Cheesecake Factory item.
It's a cat. Gus the theater cat.
Wait, it is?
Are you joking?
Gus the theater cat. It's short for asparagus. I don't
make the gosh.
I don't have the kind of free time to make this shit up.
Haley, thank you. You spoke too soon. Oh no.
I'm so sorry. Next. Factory nachos. A cat from Cats or a Cheesecake Factory item?
Okay, that has to be a Cheesecake Factory item.
That is a Cheesecake Factory item.
Okay, thank God.
Next, Griddlebone. A Cat from Cats or a Cheesecake Factory item?
I'm so nervous. Cat.
It is a cat. It's a cat.
It's a cat.
It's a cat. Next, crab cakes. A Cat from Cats or a Cheesecake Factory item?
That's not a vegetable, which apparently Cheesecake Factory doesn't have, so I'm going to go with Cheesecake Factory item.
And lastly, Old Deuteronomy. A Cat from Cats or a Cheesecake Factory item?
That is the cat 1A.
That is a cat. That is a cat. That is a cat. Bonus question. Wet ass pussy. A cat from Cats or the result of a good night at Cheesecake Factory?
A good night at Cheesecake Factory.
Ding, 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 ding.
Aunt Lorraine is going to be Emmy Services. Aunt Lorraine is going to have a couple of opinions on WAP in the virtual special. I know that is the last thing anybody wanted to hear, but I promise it is the narrative we all needed.
Oh my goodness. An almost flawless roundup. Is it a cat from Cats or something else? Almost I'm going to give you props. You killed it. Got like one wrong.
I'm honored that I got to play.
Yes.
Oh
David.
Why would they call it Factory? Cheesecake Factory. Never mind. Anyways. Okay. So next question, Alexa.
Yes.
So you and your girlfriend are together, but let's say fictional alternate timeline. You met somebody else. If you met the love of your life at a chain restaurant and somebody asked you to, how did you two meet? Would you lie about it?
It really does depend on which chain restaurant. It does. I'm gonna say that like
okay.
Cheesecake
Applebee's.
Factory, I would never lie about. I'm gonna be honest. I am proud of Cheesecake Factory. It's just like what they provide for the soul. I'm super. They're for me, but
Like
it
factory
depends.
nachos. Yeah.
Well,
Like
that's,
factory
I'm gonna
nachos.
have to give those a shot, maybe. We'll see.
Thrills and Grill. Oh, we'll get to a Thrills and Grills, Brett. Don't worry.
Oh yes, Thrills and Grills.
Applebee's. You met your soulmate at Applebee's.
I really, you know what? I'll just say I would lie about the fact that we just drank there. If I actually ate food, I wouldn't say it. I would just say we.
What about Arby's? You met at Arby's.
Can you sit down in Arby's?
You can. I've sat in an Arby's before.
All right, I'm from Rhode Island. I think all the Arby's are just a window that I've ever seen. So you know what? There's some mystery to that. I'll call it an Arby's, sure.
Okay, cool.
There's a famous song where the front man of a group says he once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. We know David and I know a guy who once got busy in an Arby's bathroom.
No way.
That's a story for later.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to stress you out again.
Yeah, Kaylee, I sat in an Arby's. My dad loves it. We would go to the orthodontist, then go to Arby's.
Brett, wait.
What?
Brett's seen it. Brett's seen some shit. Like
Brett has seen.
Our friend Brett has lived a life, and like honestly, we have to interview him at some point.
Look out for his memoirs.
They got tables.
Midday. Yeah, casual, right? Casual.
Wow.
Yeah. Brett, yeah. We're
Tookie's just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's Brett. What up, Brett? So casual stabbing. Anywho, so real quick, which of these fictional locations do you think, Alexa, should be a real place? The eponymous bar from Cheers, the Peach Pit from 90210, the Krusty Krab from SpongeBob, or the original banana stand from Arrested Development?
Krusty Krab.
And why? Defend your choice.
Okay. We love Arrested Development. I mean, I just love the banana stand. There's just something about it. There's something charming about it. But I feel like the nostalgia of just a good at-home burger joint with just like, well, actually, there's really one good thing on the menu and it's ridiculously overpriced. But I love SpongeBob. It's a childhood thing. I think that would draw the most people to be like, oh my God, a Krusty Krab pop up. Like, when they have like the Friends pop-ups and stuff, that would be the one that I think would like do the best.
Yeah.
Is a Krabby Patty expensive?
Well, Mr. Krabs changed it throughout the series, to be honest. I mean,
you're right, he did.
It would fluctuate, so it depends. It depends.
Right.
It truly does depend. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they opened pop-up shops in real life. There would be some casual stabbings there. So
yeah, totally.
That's where I'm gonna stab the guy from Loquisha. Just so we all know.
I will
plan it out.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna narc on you. I'm not gonna snitch. I'm gonna look away.
That's because we're tight.
Yeah, we go way back.
Mm-hmm.
Final question from you, David, for Alexa.
Yes. All right. Last question. Somebody gives you a gift card to Panera for your birthday. Do you stay friends?
Panera's done that a lot, and I'm still friends with Panera. You know what? Yeah, I'll take a bagel and a cookie. I will. We're friends.
Oh my gosh, you accept carbs as gift. That's that's respect.
Absolutely. Encouraged.
Yes.
You're very open to having these stories be around chain restaurants, and I think that's a very commendable thing.
It feels like a slight attack based on what I just put Valentina through, but I will say, like, I didn't know. But yeah, you guys ask me anything. I'm here for you.
You made it. We found out what your deal is. Well, anyway, plug your stuff one more time, once again, for the audience, so they know where to catch you next.
Yep, catch me at Olive Garden. Never. No, I'm just kidding. Check out Alexa Play Something Funny, another virtual special, Thursday, October 22nd at 8 p.m. Like Alexa Play Something Funny on Facebook. Please support comedy in the pandemic. watch the Rehash all the time. And I'm figuring out what Twitter is, and my Twitter and Instagram is that handle right there. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much again for joining us. I'm looking forward to peeping in on your show and seeing
Thank
more
you.
of your online activity.
Thank
Yes,
you so much.
follow Alexa on all the social medias.
The
all
shows.
Because she's wicked funny. She's so funny. So thank you again.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
Alexa.
having me. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.
Woo-woo! All right. Well, thank you all, audience. I think to close it out, we're going to show the trailer for the next week's bad film of the week, the next week's BFOTW.
Yes.
We have that? Is our producer
BFOTW.
stressed out for... I think we've stressed out.
Yeah, I think Matt was like, I don't know. I don't have a funny thing for that.
Here it is. Next week's film.
Well,
Oh, no,
he is
this
the
is
whole movie up.
movie.
All right, what time is it? 11:15.
Well, you don't want to watch the whole thing? Give me a second.
Oh my gosh. Is our audience ready? We're not playing the whole movie, Brett. Oh my
we will finish at 12:45. So
is the trailer on YouTube? It better be.
oh, there's a screening preview.
Oh my. All right. Buckle in, folks.
Oh my God.
The future's toughest cop is Katie Coltrane.
I'm back.
And now she's getting a new partner.
Dun, 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 dun.
His name is Teddy.
Hit me. It's a dinosaur.
You two solve this case together.
Oh, what? What? It's a dinosaur.
New partner, Coltrane?
He's got the style.
I'm here for a new look.
Step right up.
Push the button.
He's a cop.
Mahalo!
You gotta make him look like a real cop.
I'm too sexy for my clothes.
That thing at the table just clacked at me.
He's got horns for you. It's very normal.
He's got the charm.
Hey! Your mind shut down and your glands have taken over.
And he's got the appetite.
You cannot eat our only suspect.
To come out
Yes.
on top.
Both.
Oh.
New Line Cinema presents
Hey, you think you're gonna get somebody?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Can you just slide your butt? Yeah, that's great.
Like that?
And introducing
Dougie!
Teddy.
Sweets.
Ah.
One a customer.
Theodore Rex.
Pig.
It's a tale you'll never forget.
I love when he does that.
Yeah.
Is this in like the future where you can just bring back dinosaurs, or is this just in modern day and nobody fucking questions?
It's the future. Okay, so you know how like in Star Wars they in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
Right. They have the words that scroll. So they pretty much tell you the entire plot of the film up top in some words.
They do? He's a cop and then he eats some cookies?
It's a little bit more complicated than that.
A little.
A little bit more. Yeah. Give it up for the animatronics team. They had some leftover costumes from the dinosaur sitcoms, apparently.
Yeah. And Ninja Turtles. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I wish it were. There is a romantic subplot, but it's not what you would expect in terms of Whoopi and Teddy. So
also, that Whoopi gets credit, and then it's just the character, not the person who plays.
No, we never hear from the guy inside the dinosaur again.
Probably
We don't know what happened to him.
Oh no. The relationship.
Yeah, you'd think, but
yeah.
It's just you have to watch. You might have to rewatch. There's a lot of deep esoteric philosophical allegories here. You know how like RoboCop was an allegory for Jesus? So Theodore Rex. I'm not joking about that, by the way.
Really?
Theodore Rex is a movie about overcoming differences in a
Oh my
world that's
gosh.
prejudiced against dinosaurs. Ooh, fun fact. Another fun fact. The police commissioner in this film, played by none other than Richard Roundtree, Shaft. And in more important news, yes, if you don't already see the ticker below, please help 2MB Studios raise some funds for the AIDS Walk coming up. That's a really important cause. Make sure to do that. Also, make sure to check out. David, did you read the copy for that?
What copy?
You didn't read the copy?
I'm the co-host. Hey. Check out 3 weeks courses. It's run by Danny Billell and Greg Scott, and you can take a 3-week course in most anything, run by some amazing instructors, many of whom you've seen on 2MB, and you can learn everything from physical fitness to career preparation to karaoke singing to a lot of other stuff, and it's a really cool program. So check out 3weeks.courses, I believe it is.
I believe so.
I read the copy.
Courses.
Yeah.
HR will correct us. HR is going to reprimand us at this point. But yes, please check that out because they're both really fantastic instructors. I got a waiver in high school to not play sports and play violin instead. So physical fitness is not for me, but I might be looking into some other courses. Definitely check out some of the courses they have to offer as well, and help 2MB Studios raise funds for the upcoming AIDS Walk. Help the breadheads.
Help the breadheads. Great cause.
And great cause.
You don't even got to walk if you don't want to. Just donate to a good cause and help the channel do some good.
Yes. And in the meantime, between now and our next show, make sure to watch Theodore Rex if you need a very confusing laugh. It's free on YouTube.
It's free on YouTube. It is the same level of payment as Homie Spumoni was.
We're picking some cinematic gems, David.
I saw that poll you put out, and actually I'm kind of relieved it's this one.
Wait till next week's film. It's going to be great.
Well, you know what?
We're looking for our comment of the week. Please tell us in the chat what David is going to deteriorate into next.
Teddy is living under a bridge somewhere, and the only movie he was in you can watch for free. We need to support it. We need to support that man, or dragon, dinosaur, whatever.
Teddy needs help. Teddy Rex needs help. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. Well, thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Catch us again next week, same time, same place, same love, with an all new guest and more discussion of the bad film of the week.
Watch me gray
in real time. We love it.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.